anywhere yet. Just saying it's going live yet. Don't you worry about nothing. You just sit there and look pretty. And it says we are live. Of course, it's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. It's time for GotBot Goes live, baby. And we have a guest. We may even have a second guest in with us tonight. You know how this goes. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. By the way, the camera would be up here, so that's technically where you'll be looking when the time comes, but don't you worry about it right now. We're going to get to our guest in a little bit. We're going to get to the schedule for tonight in just a little bit. Of course, you know that I need to set a few things up. Hope you guys are having a fantastic week. This is always the worst part of this is having to set the stuff up. And me being old as I am, I need to do this, right? Because otherwise I'm gonna have trouble with the things, right?
Yeah.
And
so nobody's on here right now.
No, man. Like, we got 9 in here already, baby.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. You're
a popular dude on here.
Well, you know, I'm a dude. I'm a nerd with a camera, right, guys? You guys know. Input is in here. Analog Ninja is our favorite lad. He is our Super Chat super fan, and I'm already glad to see him in here. Input is part of my stop motion series. I'll introduce you to a few people here now. Input is a member of our stop motion voice team for Double Dealer. Jay's always around here. We don't mind Jay. Jay's good people. Jay's good. Sharksy is in here. Welcome. Bread spreadable cheese, one of my favorites. I'm never missing any lives. Now, we have some exclusive news. We've had a ton of news this week. We have some exclusive news again tonight. This one is an interesting listing, especially in light of the recent rumors of the Kingdom. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Stephen, happy to see you. Just got my target seat. Hey, congratulations, Stephen. I remember last week you were saying that you were hunting them down hard, man. Let's see. Going down here. Some of these I end up missing. Starscream Wife, of course, right now is in the chat. She may join us on camera in a little bit. We're not sure yet. ALB, happy to see you in here. Some of this I'm going to miss, obviously, because we're in. I don't want to say we're in a rush. We're not. Are you in a rush?
No.
Nah, he's not in a rush. We're gonna have a good time here tonight.
We get all the time we need.
Robert, happy to see you in here. And so far as I'm going down, Mike in here. Mike is a producer on all of our videos. He is one of our most favorite patrons. By the way, before I get into anything, before I even do the intro, I want to note that right now, for patrons, the countdown that will be one of 2 videos tomorrow is already up for patrons. Mike, don't leave us, man. Don't leave us yet. Okay, so I'm going to start things off as I always do. I am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe while you're at it, baby. That's right. Light them up by hitting the notification bell. It helps me out a ton, and it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors NL, The Autobot Family, Transformers versus G.I. Joe versus DC Universe versus Marvel. See what we offer to you through Teespring, and check out our Patreon and me everywhere on social media. All those links and more in the description. I do not have the link for this man's channel yet. I will get that and put it in the description before we're all said and done here and before you end up taking off tonight.
Sounds good.
So this, by the way, is NDB from NDB Games. I mentioned him not too long ago. We're going to kind of get into why he's here in a little bit. Let me give you the rundown. Let me give you the rundown of the schedule for tonight. We're going to do our trivia in just a little bit when some more people get in here. I do have, thanks to Grimlock Gone, I do have a little unpackaging, and I have another unpackaging over here from this gentleman. So we're going to get to that. Yeah, we're going to get to that, all that in a little bit as well. I'm going to preview Universal Collision episode 10. We have the premiere tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're closing in toward the season finale. And then we're going to do all the news notes, and we have a little bit of interview. I have a few questions. A couple of them might be a little bit strange. We'll see what you have. And we're also going to play a game of Name That Transformer Movie Edition. And I got a funny feeling he's going to fail worse than Starscream Wife did when we done this before. You got a few right, but she didn't get all of them right. She might even come over here and challenge him when we get to it. So thanks for coming on. I appreciate you being here.
No problem. Glad to be here.
You know, this is the gang. This is Thursday nights. We always have a good time on Thursday nights. Sometimes I rant. You know, sometimes I get a little angry about stuff. Not the least of which, it was just revealed the Pit of Judgement, and everybody went crazy, including myself, and was like, hey, this looks excellent. And what do I find out? It's going to be another Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Boo! The reason we say boo is because Hasbro Pulse really is good in the States, but outside of there, they really don't do business anywhere else. Now, they have started shipping to Canada, but they only have one shipping method, and that shipping method is FedEx Express. So that's really expensive. Case in point, folks, for you guys that know this, you know that last week, I believe it was, the whole Centurion and add-on pack came up and went up for pre-order, and that was $19.99. Okay, so I said, I'm going to explore this. I'm going to explore. By the time it was said and done, with shipping, that was going to cost me $60 US plus taxes, plus exchange rate, plus import fees. All in all, that rounded out to about $100. To me, that's prohibitive for something that's essentially the size of, let's see if I got something here that it could be the size of. It's essentially the size of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that seems, $100 seems a hot, like, I don't know, seems like a lot to me.
It does seem like a lot.
You know, it seems, if there's anybody who likes a bargain, it's definitely you.
Definitely just right here.
Yeah, definitely you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We'll get into that though. I'm a bit of a thrifter.
Yeah. We're gonna just check in here now as we see some people coming in here. Yeah, I see Jay mentioning the Kingdom, which we're gonna definitely be talking about, and whether or not that's more rumor or potential fact. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. As we go down here. Sharksy, it's going pretty good, man. It's Thursday night. It usually goes good. Elixir's in here. Got another part of Studio Series Devastator. Well, congratulations to you, my friend. There's 8 parts that make that guy up. So there's a lot to try and hunt down with them. And when the world went sideways, that became a lot harder for a lot more people. I want to overload. Yeah, a lot of people want to overload. Jay, I don't blame you, man. Jillian, happy to see you in here. Can't wait for the new episode tomorrow. For anybody who's in here, the new episode tomorrow, it's a nice size at about 20 minutes. The clock's in about 20 minutes. So a nice way to kick off your weekend. Join us for 20 minutes. Have a little bit of fun. See where the story goes. Dragonfly in here. Dragonfly working hard on sets for us for season 3. And again, some of our patrons have seen some early kind of stills from the sets. So the work is continuing, and I am always thankful at everything that he does to help out here on the channel. Was pissed about the Quintesson pack. Yes, so was I, Mike. I was not pleased about the Quintesson pack either. Hopefully it gets... What? That's what I showed you today, but I'm hoping it will... The rumor I heard was that 5-pack was going to be an SDCC exclusive. But when SDCC went sideways, apparently it became a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I don't think that should be. If you don't have international distribution set up, I don't think you should announce it. All you're doing is alienating fans everywhere else.
That means we can't get it?
We can, but it's hefty because the only shipping option to Canada is FedEx, which ain't cheap. Ain't cheap at all. I don't know why they would do that. That's one of the worst options that they could use. Hey, Grimlock Gone is in here. Speaking of Grimlock Gone, like I said, we have that package a little later from him to open up. You have the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Excellent Optimus Prime. Went down here. Looking forward to the weekly news. We have a lot, including an exclusive listing. I'm hyped for episode 10. Thank you. Tomorrow should be fun time. Landon, happy to see you in here. What do you think of the Beast Wars part of the... Do we even know it's fact yet? We're going to get into that in a little bit as we go through the news here. Blue, happy to see you. Maximal 10. Waluigi. Okay, so It's Goldner's fault. It is Goldner's fault. I absolutely agree. He got his head up his butt, but I always say that. In the future, Hasbro should make a Transformers crossover. A lot of people have said that they should do a Mystery Machine. I bet you it would sell really well. And we're always honored to have Graham the Collector 75. Thanks for staying up late. He lives in Europe. So I mean, we're international around these parts, baby. Okay, so I think we got people in here now. Let's do the trivia. Let's get the trivia out of the way. How about that, guys? The trivia tonight, of course, brought to us by our good friend Dragonfly, is which two planets? There's a bonus question here, too, that I had to answer. Which two planets do the Shrike bots come from? Shrike bats come from. Didn't even know these things. Apparently, Cop mentions them in the 86 movie. But what two planets do Shrike bats come from? Do they come from A, Zamgin and Athenia? Do they come from B, Eurythmia and Talalok? Do they come from C, Lithone and Alwaxen? Or do they come from D, Dread and Dromdon? Which one? A, B, C, or D? Where do the strike bats come from? D. We're getting D.
So what happens when the person gets the right answer?
They get my eternal gratitude.
Yeah.
And D is correct. It is Dread. It is Dromdon. But follow-up question. What else? What other creature is on, I believe, Dread? What other creature is on Dread besides for the strike bats? There's one other, and he gives off something. He sheds something. See if you guys can come up with it. I'll leave that one with you. We'll get back to it in a minute and see if anybody can say it. It's not A, input guessing every letter. I don't know where Kato is. Kato always guesses C in these. Landon, we're going to talk about that coming up too in the news, which we're going to get to very shortly. Nobody knows. There you go. Devlin got it. Chaos. That's right. Chaos. And he sheds like dark energon crystals or something. He sheds some sort of energon crystals. Okay. Moving on. I can get that off. Okay. So tomorrow, or for patrons right now, the countdown will be the top 10 most evil Transformers characters. And I want to kind of clear up a couple things. One, the voting went different than I expected in certain ways. Like it's certain things are not going to be a surprise. The positioning of certain characters, I think, are going to be a surprise. Now, some people said, hey, you should make sure not to have Unicron in there because he's basically the devil. No, he counts. It's character. He's a character. Now, that being said, some people voted for Michael Bay, and some people voted for the fans, and some people voted for Hasbro. So votes came in everywhere. But no, Unicron was in there. I'll give you a spoiler now, though. He ain't number one, which means he's not the most evil, according to fan votes. The way we do these top 10s, you wouldn't really know this. The way we do these top 10s is I put up a question on Monday, and I open the voting wide open. You go down to the comments, you vote by putting someone's name there. Sometimes some people put in a few names. And we let the voting go until midnight on Wednesday. I amass the results as I did today, and we rank them. But it's never what I would necessarily personally rank them as. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, probably what would have been my top two didn't even make the list. They made honorable mention, but they did not make the list. We also have coming up tomorrow, episode 10 of Universal Collision, Stealth and Strategy. And in episode 9, long story short, it was Derek Deals and the Overlord, who now controls Oricris, which is where Cybertron should be in space, beat the Predaking, and now the Predaking must give up the location of the Oracle, who is the sentient core of the planet. If the Overlord controls the Oracle, then he has absolute control over the planet. Is there anyone or any way to stop him? Well, the only thing, because everybody else has been captured, from Grimlock and the Dinobots to Optimus Primal and kind of some of his followers, are a couple of stragglers left out in the field that were doing security sweeps led by Dinobot. And our good friend Crimson Raptors really kind of digs in. He is the voice of Dinobot, and he does a splendid job. Will Dinobot be able to protect the Oracle and keep the Overlord away? Guess we'll find out tomorrow. Stealth and strategy, Predacons and Decepticons working together, and just a ragtag couple of stragglers trying to keep him at bay. It'll run about 20 minutes. Should be a good time. Join us. We'll have the live chat going 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So work that up for your time zone, and we'll see you there. 20 minutes. Kick off your weekend. Have a bit of fun. I am trying to get through stuff a bit quicker tonight because we do have a guest and we do have the news. I got to get through. You're going to be bored going through the news, baby, but we got to get through the news.
That's
right? Here's what we'll do. What we'll do is,
you're a pretty entertaining guy. So.
I try to be, I try to be. Some of the news is very quick to go through. A few things here. I'm going to clear up what's rumor and what's fact, because I think that's really getting mushy today with everything coming out. But we do have some evidence that kind of proves things one way or another. So that's why when Landon asked me a couple of questions, I said, hold on, we're going to get to it in the news. And we will. As I go up and just check here a little bit, because I know you guys have been talking for a few minutes here. Let's see. Hey, Ben, happy to see you in here. Megatron is number one. You know what, Robert? Watch the countdown tomorrow and see if Megatron even makes the list. I think you're going to be kind of surprised. Galvatron. Input, you never know. Input always puts in a vote and rarely doesn't make it because sometimes they're really at a left field. But Galvatron was a good one. We'll see if he makes it tomorrow. Number one is Kicker. No. We're going to be doing the most annoying characters. Kicker got to be there for that. He's a human. Kicker was a human in Transformers Energon, and he's a really bratty teenager. Now, Input loves him, but we don't. Input has questionable taste sometimes, okay? We love him, but he has questionable taste sometimes. Beast Wars Megatron. I love that everybody here is making some guesses. Hey, Larkin, happy to see you in here. Larkin, by the way, has been kind of killing it lately with a whole bunch of new items, not the least of which are some of the Toy Hacks labels and the coverage that he did, which I really enjoyed for Scorponok. Check it out if you haven't done so already. Megatron and Galvatron are the same person. That depends, Robert. That depends on the continuity. Sentinel Prime might be up there. Yeah, Sentinel Prime might be up there. Studio Series Barricade. I've seen him around. He's a great-looking Barricade. What is? I can't remember who number one is. Yeah, Starscream Wife saw the list, so she might have. Don't ruin anything, though. Stop weighing the what? I was weighing the Siege and Earthrise leaders with accessories, and the results are, yeah, I don't know what those numbers are. I use grams. I assume that's ounces, maybe that's ounces. I know grams. Yeah, I don't know what it is in ounces, but I can guarantee you that Astro Train's not that close to Magnus. But they are getting smaller and smaller. Look at that. You can see it there. They are. Oh, wait. Maybe that's after. Maybe I was looking at it wrong. Yeah, they are getting smaller and smaller. And I find that troubling. Here's something that I've been complaining about for the last year. They've always had size classes. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people judge the size classes based on height, as you normally would, because you would say, hey, if it's a deluxe, it's supposed to be about 6 inches tall or 5.5 or whatever. If it's a Voyager, 7.5, 8 inches tall, and so on and so forth. One of the classes is called Leader. And to me, it seems like a lot of the traditional leaders were much bigger than the new ones. Now, some people said, yeah, but the new ones are more compact, but they're so fantastic. So I took it upon myself at the beginning of last year and said, are we really getting value for money? Because we had a big price increase. Here in Canada, we had a big price increase across all sizes. And I was like, $1 or $2 I get, but when you're going up $10 and $15 a size class in one swoop, that's a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we talked a lot about that size, and I said, look, traditionally in grams of plastic, we had about 315, 325 grams of plastic in the liter class offering.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're getting ones that are like our smaller bots, but they have these accessories that go on them. And I said something like Ultra Magnus, which Waluigi pointed out, is still about 325 grams. So I get it. You have better engineering, you have a higher parts count, but you have the same amount of plastic. I get the value for money.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have something like right there, Shockwave 7.6. Shockwave was 215 grams of plastic
Mm-hmm.
that they not only charged a liter price for, but charged another $15 on top of that traditional liter price.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I got it, and it's probably the last Shockwave I'll ever get, but I feel like I was taken advantage of. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to question if the value for money is there, and that is what this harkens back to.
Mm-hmm.
You are very welcome, Larkin. As always, you do fantastic content, but we always know that the Rejecticons do great content, don't we? Leader Class Transformers are supposed to be bigger. They are supposed to be bigger. I think what you're going to see, and I've said this before, Voyager is going to become the new Deluxe, Leader is going to become the new Voyager, Commander is going to be the new big one, at least for a while. That's what I think is going to happen. Hey, Snoke, happy to see you in here. Hopefully they do RC and Studio Series. Okay, so let's get to the news. Speaking of that, let's get to the news. We're going to get through it. I'm going to try and do this as quickly as I can so that we can get to our guests and get to our items and get to our openings. Okay, so the news. Flame Toys showed their Dark Star Saber. I talked about that, but they've released some more details. It's going to be limited to 800 pieces, 200 at SDCC, 200 through ACG Hong Kong, 200 through Wonder Festival SH, and 200 through D4Toys.com. I don't know that site. And it's going to come out in December. It's basically like a Nemesis Star Saber. It looks so good. It's black. It's purple. It's like a bad guy Star Saber, right? Or alternate universe Star Saber. We saw more in-hand images of Earthrise Smokescreen. He's slathered in paint. It looks like a lot of blue plastic and black plastic as the base, slathered in white and red and yellow paint. Some white paint, white and red and yellow paint. Honestly, I think it looks beautiful. I really do. I think the engineering is very close, if not the same as it was for Siege, but now with an Earth mode. I dig it. It's the smoke screen that I absolutely want. I'm also happy to note that his accessories are gray. In a lot of stock images, his accessories were blue, but I think I prefer the gray for them. We also saw some in-hand images of Airwave, who I'm going to put with the Micromaster over ear. Technically, they should go together. I'm happy to have both of those. More weaponizers, the better, man. We saw that there were reports of listings for Studio Series Cup, Jazz, and Blur. Now, last week, I showed a couple of custom Battle Masters I did to go with Titan's Return Cup and Blur. I like the idea of a Cup, a Blur, and a Jazz. And as a matter of fact, we've also had confirmation of Leader Class Slag with Daniel in his exosuit. And apparently there's going to be a Hot Rod. All of this coinciding with basically the 35th anniversary of the movie. All these characters that I just listed would be ones that you would have seen when you went with Starscream Wife and I to that film in theater. He went with us to the few years ago when they re-showed the 86 film in theaters. This guy went with us then, but I don't think he remembers many of the characters. That's right. And we forgot to tell him we were engaged. That's right.
I found out that night.
Did you find out that night? Was that the night you found out?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you. So, here's my thoughts on it. Going back to Landon's question a little while ago. What do I think of it? I don't like it. I agree with Brian. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I feel like if they're going to do the 86 movie in Studio Series, what's the point of having two separate Generations in Studio Series? To me, Generations was like the main line, and Studio Series was the films. Now, I get it. The 86 animated movie is a film, but there's so many films then that you're opening that up to. I think that Studio Series should stay in the live action franchise. I think opening it this way, you're going to bury any more live action releases. I really feel that. I could be wrong. Maybe it'll be great. But if you're doing the 86 movie, there's a lot there to cover. I'm wondering if that leak of a Cyclonus we saw might not be a studio series Cyclonus. I'm interested to see it, but I can't necessarily say I'm sold on it or sold on the idea of that line delving into G1 as well. Maybe it'll be fine. And maybe they're doing a slow shift, but right now it doesn't sit right with me. I feel like studio series should be kept for the live action films. And if you're going to open it to the 86 movie, then you got to open it to the Beast Wars 2 movie. You got to open it to Predacons Rising. There's a lot of things. There's open the can of worms, and worms everywhere as far as I'm concerned. So take it for what you wish. What else do we have here? Get that out of it. New Age showed their Golden Lagoon reflector. Looks beautiful. It's like those little guys. Tomorrow as well, we're supposed to be getting a fan first reveal of 10 items through, I guess, Hasbro Pulse. But it's very interesting that tomorrow is also apparently Walmart Collector Con. Yup, that was my reaction when I saw it too.
That's a thing.
apparently they're doing they're having reveals for a number of departments, for a number of franchises within those departments. For us here, things like G.I. Joe, Marvel, and Transformers. I would suggest to you that perhaps the Walmart Collector Con may be in conjunction with the Fan First Friday, and I would guess that all of this was supposed to be part of SDCC. That's what I would guess. The Pit of Judgment, I love it. It has a redeco of the upcoming Voyager Quintesson. It has the Bailiff, which is a redeco of the Alicon. It has the Prosecutor. It has Kranix. It has one of the Titans Return Sharkticons redecoed, and it actually has a display of the Pit of Judgment. Now, I don't know if you're going to remember this. In the movie, do you remember at one point there were these almost like ugly egg dudes with tentacles and their faces went around, and they used to judge people as guilty or innocent, and then they'd feed them to the Sharkticons and drop them in this pit of like a yellow liquid, and there were Sharkticons in there trying to eat them. Hot Rod and Cup got dropped in the pit.
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Right? Well, they're doing a whole set. I'm just going to show you the image. Here, this is the image. Wait, now, hold on. These ugly guys.
Yes.
Right? And they would judge guys, and they'd fall in and get eaten by the Sharkticons. Right. So they're doing a whole, like, this is a 5-piece set with the...
I do remember that.
Right? So I think it's a great set. I just wish that it wasn't through Hasbro Pulse. Like, make it international. Make it easy to get. I can guarantee you that will sell like hotcakes. I'm just going to check in with you guys before we kind of go on here.
You got to tell me who Chicken Fried Steak is.
My favorite person. That's who Chicken Fried Steak is. My favorite person. I love that name. Although, you know what? Everybody in here is my favorite person. Let's see. I hope the stuff held up in shipping. We're going to find out, Grimlock Gun, if it held up in shipping, buddy. Hey, John, happy to see you in here. Sam, happy to see you in here, my friend. I don't know if he counted my... I did count your vote. I did. I counted all your votes.
Oh, okay.
Hers counts as 2.
Hers does not count as 2. No. Studio Series Jolt. Yeah, Jolt is coming. ERRC should be Bumblebee movie Studio Series. I don't see why. It doesn't really look like the RC from the film. We talked about this last week, Blue. If any RC looks like the film, it's going to be the Cyberverse. Stand by it. I don't see the comparison you're making with the Earthrise and the movie RC. I don't see it. If you see it, cool. I just don't see it. You sent me the Prime Star Saber swords on email after... You did send them to me. I haven't got them because I don't have... Well, last I knew, eBay wasn't shipping to Canada yet. So, or at least from there, because they were coming from China. And last I knew, China's not shipping to Canada yet. I know people have ordered a lot of stuff from there, and it's not.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff ordered from AliExpress, actually. I order from that a lot.
Another one that we well know around here.
It's been 3 months I've been waiting now, and there's still no word on when it's going to come in. So.
Oh man, I'm never getting my thing then.
See, so it's in the like to get list, but it might be a couple of years before I can get it because they're not shipping here.
Mhm.
You can't do much if they're not shipping here, right? What do you think of Studio Series going to G1 in 2021? I just said that. I just answered that, Landon. I don't like it. I think it should stay for live action and keep Generation 1 in the Generations line. That's my take. I mean, to each their own, but that's my take. Siege Megatron is 6.6 ounces. See, here you go. So Siege Megatron, he just said is 6.6 ounces, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's a Voyager, which right now here retails for about $40. He said earlier that the Shockwave was 7.6, so 1 ounce more, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it was classified as a liter and retailed for, depending on where you buy it, $69 to $74.99.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you honestly trying to convince me that 1 ounce of plastic more is worth another $35 plus tax? I don't see it. Like, to me, that feels like a scam. You know what I mean? Like,
the only thing I can throw in on that, say for me, like, just as an example, I'm here obviously for games because I'm NDP Games.
Right.
This piece of plastic right here is worth pennies, right?
Yeah.
Now, some of these are worth $40, $50, $60.
Yeah.
This one here might be worth 10.
Right.
So I think it's perceived value versus,
which I think a lot of people would agree with you on.
Yeah, versus like actual plastic, I guess, density and stuff like that, what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Maybe
no, it's come up before. A lot of people are okay with it if they feel like that value is there for them personally.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I want objective, measurable metrics.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know where the money went.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. To each their own, but I don't like personally paying more when I don't feel like I'm getting as much. That's just my take, you know. I mean, to each their own, but
Mm-hmm.
I get where you come from. There's a lot of people that would probably agree with you, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of them. I protect my wallet and yours, folks. You already know this, but
well, we can't be friends anymore.
he might be one of them. We were friends to begin with. I just thought you were a stranger who wandered in off the street and said, "I'm gonna go on an internet show." I'm not crazy about that. I'm not right. I'm not crazy about the 86 movie getting Studio Series. No, neither am I. It's not that I got nothing against it. It's just I think you're going to water it down. I think you're going to water down what Studio Series is intended to be. Maybe you won't, but that's my concern. And I get it because in Japan, G1 is way more popular than Studio Series. So I really think that this move is a push by Takara. That's just me, but that's what I think. Chicken fried steak, of course, one of our favorites around here. Studio Series, what? Stop short changing the paint ups. Yes, Studio Series used to have beautiful paint ups when they started, and they have gotten a little lazy with it. Studio Series Jazz, I cannot wait for that. It'll be interesting, Jay, to see what that is. Honestly, I'm excited for my Hallmark ornament. Every year, they put out, of course, the keepsake ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
And Starscream Wife, and I've said this to this crowd before, always gets us every year a new ornament. The idea is eventually to have the tree be nothing but like family ornaments. Mm. And of course, my series is Transformers. So this year's release is going to be Jazz as an ornament. So I'm assuming she's going to get me Jazz as an ornament because she has for the other ones.
I guess we'll see.
Yes, you will. It would make more. I will. It would make more sense if they put them in Earthrise. I agree, Jillian. Absolutely. I feel like a lot of people that are fans of Studio Series are fans of it because they're getting the movie versions of the movie cast that they've always wanted. And I think that it's unfair to those fans to be watering that line down with G1 because though I'm a G1er and a G1 guy, like I get it, man. We have our road that we belong in, and really it's the main generations line. We shouldn't deviate from it. We should unless now they're going to shift Studio Series to include G1 along with live action movie and shift the main generations line to like Beast Wars, Unicron Trilogy, and move that line away from the G1 era. We'll see how that happens. Studio Series Transformers 1 Jazz already exists. Yes, but that Jazz that they're talking about is 86 movie Jazz, Robert. not a live action movie jazz. But I get exactly your point, man. I'd only accept the 86 movie getting into studio series if the other movies get figures too. Namely, I'd love to see figures based on season 1 and 3, animated, which were TV movies. Yeah, you know what? Absolutely. For those openers, yeah, for those openers for animated, for sure. There's only 8 movies. Would love to see Transformers Prime getting studio series attention. If you open it up to 86, you got to open it up to Predacons Rising. And I know I'm going over some stuff here, guys, but bear with me. It's a little bit of a different show tonight. We're collectors. We're going to buy Fair Point Chicken Fried Steak, Transformers Prime in studio series. That would be Omega Supreme. It would be pretty cool. I'd love it. I love Transformers Prime. It was a great series. If you haven't watched it, that's something you should watch because it was very mature. It was good. It was a good storyline.
Is that the one that's on Netflix now? I know
Um,
there's kind of like a CGI, like kind of.
their Prime was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but now everybody, all of us are getting excited because at the end of the month, the War for Cybertron Siege series is starting,
Yeah, I remember seeing that, yeah.
and the people who done the animation for Transformers Prime, namely Polygon, are the same ones doing the animation for War for Cybertron Siege. So I expected, at least, I don't know what the story will be like, but I expect it to look beautiful. Now, it's definitely mature, both Transformers Prime and the upcoming series. And I think it's actually, I've heard it's rated R. I don't know. I doubt that, but like I've heard that like it's definitely going to have it's for grown-up fans. There you go.
Yeah.
Right? That's
I'm excited to see that too.
And like it's palpable. It's 6 episodes, 22 minutes each. So you sit down, you watch all 6, you're watching it like a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. And either you like it and you say, hey, when they do more of those episodes, I'll watch it. Or you're like, And I'd say that's why they only ordered 6 for season 1, to be honest with you. Hasbro does make a lot of stupid decisions. I agree. Okay. So I'm just go down here. I'm very hesitant on that Optimus spot. I cracked and gave in. Astro Train clearance. Cool. I got Astro Train for $55 Canadian instead of 75 Canadian. So, but I still felt like he should have only been $30. Went to Walmart today and is 25. Got one. Cool. I got scammed for my DX9 Terror. Oh no. Hope you got your money back, Mike. Okay, so going on down through here, we know that tomorrow we're gonna have a lot to talk about next week because tomorrow we have the Fan First Friday reveals and we have Walmart Collector Con. You want to check it out, see if they show any games. You never know because it's a collector con
for Walmart.
For Walmart.
Could be anything there.
I don't even understand my life anymore. Gigawatt, the crossover with Back to the Future. That's right. They're releasing a DeLorean Transformer.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that, actually, weirdly enough.
Sold out really fast on Walmart.com by a bunch of scalpers, but it's coming out again in October. I'm guessing here it may end up at Toys R Us and EB Games. I'm guessing in the States, probably Target, maybe Walmart again. It'll be interesting to see kind of how that goes down, but there is a wider release coming. And in Australia, it'll be EB Games Zing exclusive. Let's see, what else do we have here? July 25th, SDCC at home comes to us. There's going to be more exclusives, more panels. There's a writer's panel on the 26th from 3 to 4. I'm really kind of stoked about. I already talked about the Hallmark Jazz ornament. Let's see. The Netflix War for Cybertron Wave 1 came out in Germany. Still not here. Never did show up here first nor last. I am going to make a prediction now that tomorrow, as part of the Walmart CollectorCon, I think we're going to see Wave 2 repaints for the War for Cybertron Siege line. That's my pick there. What's going to be repainted? I don't know. Who knows? But I think that's what we're going to see. What else do you have here? I think that's about it for that. Speaking of Walmart, there are new listings for a new Cyberverse Build-A-Figure, and it's a deluxe Starscream, Soundwave, and Prowl. Interesting trio. Why there's only 3 in the wave, I'm not sure. Who they're going to build, I don't think has been announced as of yet, but they're in the systems as listings. Those are not rumors. Those are actual listings. Then we have more images of movie masterpiece Ratchet. Actually, he looks like he's about the right size. He looks really good next to other masterpieces in the movie masterpiece line. We saw Maverick. Maverick is a crossover with Top Gun. And Maverick is a plane that is Tom Cruise's plane. And the helmet is supposed to be Tom Cruise's helmet. Now I'm going to show Andy B, who's not a Transformers guy. I'm going to show Andy B a picture of Maverick. Okay? And I'm going to set him up for how much this costs and see what Andy B thinks. See what Andy B thinks. This is gonna be good. Now, this guy that I'm about to show you is $75 Canadian because he's a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How tall is he?
Now I'm gonna guess not tall enough. Okay, so we have the head and stuff there. I haven't seen him next to other things yet.
Okay.
See if I can just find, however. He's probably fairly tall, if I'm going to be fair. And this is the plane mode. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you think of all that's on him. I don't know. Like, remember, $75 plus tax.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You didn't think he's worth $75 plus tax?
There's a little bit of detail there on it.
$75. What do you think?
It seems kind of plain for $75.
That's what I was
Can I
thinking.
see it?
Yeah. That's what the robot looks like.
Oops. Okay.
Okay.
Is there another one?
Generic Transformer one.
Yeah, there's that one.
Okay.
And I'll show you the plane.
Okay.
Okay.
The plane, yeah.
Now, apparently the plane, the detailing on that is supposed to be sand from that one time he plays volleyball. And I've never watched the movie. I don't know nothing about it. But apparently it's supposed to be sand from that one time he played volleyball. I feel like the plastic is almost translucent. I don't feel like it's good.
And how much did you say it was?
75 Canadian because he's a leader.
I would never pay that.
Yeah, I don't think Maverick is. I like the proportions. Like, look how low his arms look. The proportions look off to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys in for Maverick? Like, I don't know the movie, so I don't really have a vested interest here, to be perfectly honest with you. I'd like to hear what you guys think, though.
Just one of the best movies ever made.
But it's Tom Cruise. He's not good. Tom Cruise is not good. I don't know. Let's see here. I gotta go up here a little bit because I know I'm definitely after missing a whole bunch of what people have been saying going through the stuff here. I'm super excited for Deluxe Cyberverse Soundwave. Yeah, actually, so am I. I think that he's going to turn out really well. John ordered Maverick. John, I ordered Maverick, and then Jay says Maverick is terrible. Okay, so there's no consensus here. Some people like it, some people don't. I'd be interested to know, though, John, you ordered Maverick. Did you order it for the robot, or did you order it because you wanted a Top Gun plane? You know what I mean? Like, what was your motivation? Masterfire, that's okay, man. If you were working on your own thing, that's cool, baby. Yeah, you missed the trivia, and we Hasbro being stupid. Yeah, Ben knows. Missed the trivia and Hasbro being stupid. News and reacts. What did he miss? Everybody's telling him what he missed. That's fine. Going down. I really feel like the only issue I have with Maverick is the arms. Fair enough. That's fair. Because I was never in on Maverick anyway, because I don't really know the movie. He's not nice in bot mode. Going to leave him displayed in jet mode. Fair enough. And that kind of answers my question that I asked John. If it was the jet or the robot taking it. Obviously, it's the jet.
I just want to watch Top Gun now.
Which one? I was looking at Maverick, Masterfire. Or they were looking at Maverick. The volleyball makes it worth it. It has more it does have more accessories. I'll give you that, Analog Ninja. That is very true. That is very, very true. The plane. Hey, Event Progenitor. I'm avoiding the crossovers. That's fair. Input says Maverick reminds me of the old. What? Yes, the one-step changers. Yes, I agree with you. I have Exhaust and Grease Pit on the way, but they're not slated to get here until Tuesday. I was hoping they were going to arrive early, but they went to DF. They're not going to get here early. No, you'd have to know DF. If you live in Canada, especially Eastern Canada, you know DF. I want a Mega Maid. Yes, Mega Maid from Spaceballs. Oh, that would be so good. I want that.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that would be excellent. An A-Team van. Yeah, and I bet you the A-Team van is going to come, to be honest with you. Volleyball could go with that top spin. Transformers Earthrise Nemesis Prime is gray, teal, and black. I would love to see an Earthrise Nemesis Prime, actually. Okay, so kind of going back down through here, I got everything on page 1 done. We're getting closer to you, buddy. We're getting closer to you. Okay, so Jada showed their Metal Figs diorama, and it's Optimus, Bumblebee, Starscream, and Megatron. They're not posable. I guess they look good in a display, I suppose. Whatever. As well, we saw Great Smile Company showed their super deformed Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. I guess it looks fine if you're into. Do you like super deformed things like the pop vinyls and stuff? Like, are you into the super deformed, like the big heads, little bodies?
No, I don't like that.
No, it's not. It's not generally for me. I got a few things, but it would not. It would never be the crux of my collection. But you know what? They definitely got to market.
Yeah, I used to collect a bunch of like Mega Bloks things that were kind of like big headed, and they're like it's like 68 pieces, and you have to put them together, type of thing.
Didn't they put out like a He-Man like that?
They did.
Yeah. I know. I think we all know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I got a bunch of those, but otherwise, that's it for me.
Do they hold together any good?
They're not bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let kids touch them or anything. Like my neighbor's kid went right into the house and like went right in that room and just like broke it.
Limbed it. Yeah. Mechanic Studios, Mech Fans Toys, whatever you want to call them, designed, and then it was released by Dr. Wu. This is really weird, or it's going to be released by Dr. Wu. Scalpel from, I think it was Revenge of the Fallen, and Mohawk. I think I'm in for Mohawk. I really think I might be in for Mohawk. It looks great. I think it's about legend size. I think I'm in for it. I really do. So I'm excited to see that. We've only seen gray images yet. I do think that the Mohawk at least will have somewhat limited articulation. It looks like he has a super deep knee, but it looks like he might not have a thigh swivel, might not have a bicep swivel. I'm not sure. We'll see as time goes on. Farai showed their clear IDW Optimus Prime. Matt Baldwin would love that. Good Old Deluxe is a fan of the clear plastic. What else do we have here? We've done the Pit of Judgment already. And there's another stylized bludgeon. There's another statue coming. I can't remember who's doing it. It's a stylized bludgeon. We've seen it in gray, but I feel like because there's a little bit of color on it, I feel like the whole thing is pretty much going to be gray or silver. I don't know. Again, I'm not a statue guy, but I don't know. Now we get to kind of last week. I told you that we had 2 listings, one for $39.99, one for $59.99 Canadian. So kind of do the conversion back to American to get an idea. Basically, you're looking in the range of about for 39, I guess about $30 and about $40 ish roughly. And I said, I'm not sure what they are. I have a feeling one of them, probably the $59.99 one, will probably be Gigawatt, I think. But we do have, and now also in that same set of listings and system, Snapdragon's in there now. I can confirm that Select's Bug Bite is going to have the Mercenaries logo, kind of like Exhaust. It's called Mercenaries bug bite. I told you a little while ago about a leader ratch, R-A-T-C-H. We assume that's a leader ratchet, but I'm not even sure about that now. But we have a new one. GS Generation Selects leader OP, so I'm assuming Optimus Prime / DLX Deluxe Rat. At first I was like, a leader Optimus and Ratchet? Now I'm thinking, is this some sort of a pack that's going to be a Optimus Primal, and could Deluxe Rat be Deluxe Rat Trap? It's only so many letter spaces in the listing that are available, so you get these kind of teasers. That's a listing. I'm not sure exactly what it means yet, but it is an actual listing. Now here's the funny part. It's listed at a leader price point, even though apparently both of them are listed together. So I'm not sure what that means. But then that brings us to the rumor mill. And the rumor mill, of course, I mentioned one earlier, 86, Hot Rod, and Scourge, apparently. Is that going to happen in the 86 line? I could see it. I also heard that the Cyclonus that we all saw was also going to be Studio Series to tie in with the film. I even heard that we're going to possibly get a Studio Series Galvatron, which I find strange. All of that, rumor. Don't take any of it for sure. The only thing that's for sure is the leader, Slag, and Daniel. And it looks like the Cup, Jazz, and Blur. I believe those were listings. So I think those are listings. I think the Hot Rod, Scourge, Cyclonus, and Galvatron that I heard about are rumor. Leader, Beast Wars Megatron, presumably part of the third section of the War for Cybertron. Voyager, Optimus Primal. Deluxe, Cheetor, and Airazor. I would absolutely love for part 3 of the War for Cybertron to be Kingdom, as has been rumored. Right now, nothing is confirmed. It is a rumor, not a fact. That listing I gave you with the OP and the Rat is a fact. That's a listing. We just don't know what it is. But Kingdom right now is a rumor. I suspect tomorrow, as I'm saying this, I expect tomorrow we're going to get confirmation of Kingdom, and a lot of these are going to be shown. I think a lot of it was intended to be shown at SDCC. That would be my guess about that. Apparently, we're also going to have Kingdom work such that G1 characters meet Beast Wars characters through time travel. And we're going to get, instead of weaponizers, apparently we're going to get something called fossilizers that are going to transform into like weapons and tools and armor that's supposed to be made of bone. I don't, like, some of this is out there. I also heard a rumor of a Voyager Dinobot. I'd love it. All of that I just said, all of that right now, rumor. Not confirmed, rumor. But I feel like that with listings like OP and Rat, and I did a long time ago report that there was a deluxe Cheetor coming out in Earthrise, or, well, I can't say in Earthrise, but in the War for Cybertron series. I think the evidence is there. When people have said Kingdom, I've corrected them and said, guys, no, calm down. But I do, in my heart of hearts, agree with guys like Masterfire, is one of the ones who initially brought it up to me. I do think that tomorrow is going to come and we're all going to learn, yep, Kingdom is the thing and it's what we're going to next. In which case, if they're moving generations to Beast Wars, awesome, great. If you still want to do some G1 stuff, maybe it's okay to stick it in Studio Series. Just don't lose the live action fans for the sake of the G1. That's all I'm going to say there, because the G1 guys, man, we're served. You know, we're served. And that is it for the news. Whew, that was a long time, hey?
That was a mouthful.
That was a mouthful. I'm just going to check in here. We're going to do the open up, and then you and I are going to have a little chit-chat.
Sounds good.
And that's how we're going to kind of close things out here tonight. I want Blaster, but his alt mode should be a... What? You want Blaster, but his alt mode should be a truck? Get the FOC one, man. As we go up here a bit. Wait a, hold on. What are people saying here? What are people saying here, man? Going back to Maxwell, Beast Wars Megatron better come with his rubber duck. That'd be great. Look, I love the original Beast Wars Megatron, but honestly, I wish he had a hand over on that other side, and I really wish the elbow and stuff of his like dino arm cannon thing, fusion cannon thing, worked better. I would totally be in for a leader of him, and honestly, I'd be in for a bunch of Beast Wars. I mean, I'm not even going to pretend I wouldn't be. I love the idea.
I like the Megatron Beast Wars. He had the dinosaur head is
that's
wasn't it?
Right.
And wasn't it? He had a tail or something.
You got it. Yeah, absolutely. He's over right there.
Yeah, that's a
right.
Yeah, yeah, that guy right there.
Yeah. And I love him.
Yeah, he's
but
really cool.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like if it's done well, I'd totally be in for an update. And Optimus Prime, he's the one who turned to the gorilla, not truck.
Yeah.
Right. So I'd be in for some Beast Wars. I like Beast Wars. Let's see. Starscream Wife. I support all rubber. I will have you know the Starscream Wife actually has a rubber ducky down on the console table. It looks an awful lot like Megatron's, man. As we go down here, Beast Wars Megatron. Yes. It is third part. It is the third part of the War for Cybertron trilogy. Beast Wars supposedly. I think we're gonna get confirmation again. I'm glad right now that we're as fans able to put the caveat in of supposedly. We have jumped on the bandwagon in the past, and sometimes we've been disappointed. I don't want people to be disappointed because this is a departure from the old G1 norm, and I really would not want people to be disappointed in what could come. As we go down here, yeah, Optimus Prime and Rat Trap, Jay. That's exactly what I'm thinking, man. Studio Series 86 Blaster. That'd be an interesting one. What about the Bumblebee? I haven't heard anything about Bumblebee. I mean, I'm sure we're getting one because it's Bumblebee, and there is another Studio Series Bumblebee listed, but I'm not talking about that because I hate Bumblebee so bad. Going to be awesome. Okay, I prefer Transformers, Age of Extinction, Studio Series Galvatron. Fair enough. I want Blaster in his alt mode. Everybody wants Blaster. Like, I'm cool with my Fall of Cybertron one. Now, I did do a custom for a friend of mine. It was a commission piece. And every time everyone sees that commission piece that I did a Blaster from Soundwave, they're all like, Hasbro should look at this. This is what they should make. So people like the custom, I guess. So we're talking about the next trilogy. I'm guessing Earthrise is ending soon. We're talking about the next part of the trilogy, Jillian. Like, first part was War for Cybertron Siege. Then it's War for Cybertron Earthrise. And the rumor is, and I think it'll be confirmed tomorrow, is that the third part will be War for Cybertron Kingdom. I guess we'll see. Let's see. And I think we're caught up there now. Okay, so Andy B Games, good friend of the channel. We've toyed with the idea of doing a both of us are wrestling fans, and we've toyed with the idea of doing like a podcast of that for some time. And I don't know if we will. We might at some point, because apparently I'm an entertaining guy, right?
That's right. You're delightful.
I am not delightful. I have a shirt on my Teespring that says, I keep telling you, I'm a very unpleasant man. and for the ladies, I also have one that says, I'm telling you, I'm a very unpleasant woman. But I am delightful, though. That's the truth, too. Okay, so I do have a few questions, and then we'll kind of get into what you have here.
Yeah.
When I do the opening of this from Grimlock Gone. But just so everybody here can kind of get to know you, because some people, especially a friend of the channel, M, his channel is Transformers and Video Games, and he is well known as well for being a classic games collector. Now, my understanding is that's more your realm, is classic games rather than like new stuff, or am I wrong on that?
I'm kind of around last gen, I guess. So which be, I guess, the Wii. I do like GameCube as well.
Okay.
Mostly I've been collecting for Wii in recent memory, I guess.
Okay.
I do have a lot of like Super NES, NES, and Sega and different things like that as well, just from childhood type of thing.
Do you have a number of systems now?
I do, yeah. I have a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I got like.
What's your favorite system?
definitely the Wii is my favorite to collect for, just because there's so many weird like games for it.
I keep thinking of Bernadette from the Big Bang Theory saying, "I like the Wii." Andy B likes the Wii.
Likes the Wii.
Nice.
I do enjoy PS3 as well, and PS4, and PS2, and PS1. I like those, and Xbox is fun. I have all of those too, and yeah, I mean,
he hasn't showed a game yet. We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
How long have you been collecting?
I kind of started maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I was at a thrift shop somewhere, and I picked up. It was what game was it? Punch Out. It was Punch Out for Wii. I picked up a game of Punch Out for Wii for like $4 or $5, and I was like, man, that was pretty good, because it's about a $40 game normally, and to get it for $4, I was like, that's amazing.
Punch Out like boxing, like
yeah,
punch
boxing,
out,
yeah. So you got to get in front of the screen and like punch and stuff, or you can turn the controller sideways and use it like classic mode type of thing.
So
once I seen that,
were the graphics updated?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, they're upgraded for Wii and stuff like that.
What do I know?
Yeah. And anyways, once I seen that, I was like, man, I probably should do this more often. And eventually my 2 or 3 games turned into hundreds.
Blue says that he got a PS2 and a PS3 and a Wii, so definitely going back in time a little bit there.
Yeah.
Sam, I just wanted to mention there your idea about customizing Blaster Twincast. Great idea, honestly. Ben has PS3, PS4, Wii. Wow.
All you got is a Wii. You don't need anything else, man.
I disagree. If anything, I'm a PlayStation guy. I always was. Mike has Mike has a Wii. There you go. Other systems. Do you guys? Wait. I'd like to go. What? For you guys to come to LA.
All right, let's go, man.
All right. We're gonna go to. We'll do that tomorrow. Hey.
I know you just met me, but
No, but I'm vouching for you, right? So like you're good people.
I'm coming.
So your favorite system is the Wii. What's your favorite game genres? Like I have always been like an adventure, survival, horror, mystery, like that. Like you give me things like Evil Within, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame, The Last of Us. Like that's kind of my wheelhouse. What's yours? What?
Definitely my favorite, I think, is like arcade on-rail shooters. They're like my absolute favorite, like House of the Dead. Yeah, so fun, man.
Wow.
House of the Dead. Me and my soon-to-be wife, we are always playing on-rail. We're always playing on-rail shooters. We find even like the ones that are not as good. We got ones like we're shooting Martians and like really cheesy ones type of thing, right? And we'll
Ben just said you can't play Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing on a Wii.
I don't know if that's on Wii or not. I thought it was.
I don't know. I have no idea. Jillian says they have a PS4 and a Switch. Dragonfly also collects video games. A lot of people in here also collect and still play video games. Resident Evil was awesome. Love those. Yeah, Resident Evil is fan. Honestly, that's what made me a PlayStation guy was Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil. As B movie as it was.
Yeah.
And it's come so far from there.
Yeah.
But
Resident Evil 4 was probably one of the best ones. I played that one on GameCube originally, and that was just awesome. They kind of went a different direction because
very much so.
The Resident Evil had kind of the weird controls type of thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into that. I don't know if anybody else. And it's kind of like Silent Hill too was kind of similar.
Silent Hill had the weirdest controls that I ever had was a game called Extermination.
Okay.
And you really had to get used to it because your aiming and the way you moved your character were two different switches. Like one was the D-pad and the other was like the I don't know what you call it, the joystick thing.
Mm-hmm.
But for aiming, it was bloody invert. So it was really, really hard to get used to. Yeah. It was so hard to get used to. I hated it.
Mike,
hey, Transformers.
Playing War Within or whatever it was called. So actually, that's what I got here is Cybertron Adventure and Dark of the Moon. It's a combo pack of Wii game. So Cybertron Adventure was actually a rail shooter Transformer game. So it's one of my favorites. This
Okay.
is kind of what got me into collecting on-rail shooters.
Okay, fair enough.
So as you're going along, you can hide behind things and use your gun and stuff like that.
Do you know what character you're playing as?
I can't-
Optimus, probably.
No, actually, you're not. You're like a red car, I think. I can't remember.
Sideswipe?
Sideswipe sounds right. Yeah.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I've never played it. I don't know.
You can play as Bumblebee, obviously, too, in Dark of the Moon. So, but I love on-rail shooters. They're a lot of fun.
Hey, Tommy, I'm just going to see if somebody else, like, as I say that, I bet you somebody's like, oh, no, you play as such and such. I played that game because, like,
It's terrible.
you guys are, it's awful. Controllers. My friend, struggling that game.
Do you even have enough room in your house for all that?
Couldn't beat Skywarp. Do you have enough room in your house for all that? Like, do you find that you
Oh my goodness! No.
I know he was directing it to Dragonfly.
Yeah.
But I'm asking you, like, do you find, like, I find that I struggle, and I've talked about before, like, I struggle with space. I don't do doubles of characters because I don't have the room.
Yeah.
If I get something new, like, either I have to replace that character, or Braden ends up inheriting that character for his or claims it, I should say, not inherited. He claims it's like what's the movie with those like penguins that mine or the seagulls or whatever it is.
Finding Nemo, isn't it?
It might have been Finding Nemo. Yeah, well, like, he's like that when I'm getting rid of something. It's like he claims it. Sometimes I give him a choice, and sometimes he just claims one. I'm like, I guess I'm left with the other one now.
Storage is definitely hard. I've been getting a lot of shelving units recently just to try to store it a bit better because I have so much stuff just out in my shed or underneath my stairs that I need to get out on display.
Right.
It's like Super NES, Sega, stuff like that. It's all just collecting dust under my stairs at this point.
Right.
And I need to get it out there for people to be able to see it. You know?
Now you're just kind of getting your YouTube channel up and going, right?
I am, yeah.
So, like, if folks here, guys, if you want to, check them out, and if you want to kind of help them grow a bit and whatnot, spread the word, that would be fantastic. But what got you started? Like, what made you decide a few months ago? Because I know you and I talked about it a bit, but what made you decide, you know what, I think I'm going to start a channel. I think I'm going to start doing something with this.
Yeah, I think, like, for me, it started for sure. Like, I really wanted to get into doing this because I've always enjoyed, I guess, talking about stuff like this. I always want to have that community, that sense of community, to be able to talk about things that you're passionate about, stuff that you enjoy, talk about the collections. And I get excited when I find something at a thrift store that I know is worth a lot,
Right.
Like, it's like, oh, geez, that game I got for $3.99. I know it's worth $40. I get super excited about that. It gets me up in the morning, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. So with you, it's kind of like with all of us, it's for the sake of sharing your interest and your passion with a community.
Exactly. I was like, you know what? If I enjoy doing this myself as much, I would suspect that there's people out there who enjoy to watch it.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think for anything that somebody's passionate about, there's probably somebody out there who would enjoy that passion as well.
Let's see. Ninja has a Sega Master System and a Genesis and a Super NES and a PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, oh my goodness. Ninja has a ton.
Does anybody have a Virtual Boy? I've been looking for one of those. I've been trying to get a Virtual Boy.
Yeah, we did the trivia earlier. It was where our Shriek Bat's from, and of course it was Dread and Dromden. And Chaos, of course, also comes from there. We done that one a long time ago, baby. Let's see. Keep building shelves. Keep building shelves. Fair enough.
Yep.
Let's see. I am a Xbox 360 player. Fair enough. We got one of those here in the house. Used to have an avid Minecraft player here too. I haven't played it, but I've seen a lot about it. Hey, Toy Addict.
Geo with Virtual Boy.
Love toys too. That's why I started the channel. Fair enough. What systems? What did he ask about? What systems?
Oh, Virtual Boy. Does anybody on here have Virtual Boy? I've been looking for one. There is Virtual Boy was almost like a flop of a system that was almost like a pair of goggles on like legs. It was like
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was the worst system probably ever made.
Why would you want this?
Because
I like torturing myself.
It's basically a collectible, right? Like it's similar to the Wii U. It didn't sell well, So as a result of it not selling well, there's limited stock of it. So
Okay.
it's very expensive.
Gotcha.
So in order to get a Virtual Boy now, it usually costs between $250 to $300. And because obviously, as Dennis mentioned many times, we live in Canada, you got to spend a bit more for your shipping as well. So you're looking at $300 or $400 basically to get this thing shipped here.
Yeah.
And that's if it comes in one piece.
Robert, yeah, TARDIS would be cool. And there's precedent for it since the Doctor has already had a crossover in the comics many, many years ago with Transformers.
It was the worst thing ever. Yeah,
you know, like what?
Super collectible. Yeah.
Super collectible now. Absolutely.
Instant headache. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a terrible system. Great Wario Land game. It does. Yeah. And I always wanted to try the boxing game, the teleboxer with the robots. Like I've never got to play it, and I've been waiting since I'm 33 now, and I think I was 9 when it came out. I've been waiting that long. I've never played it.
And if you get this, like, I feel like this is something I need to experience in my life.
You do, yeah.
And I feel like it's something we need to share with the world.
Yeah.
When it's experienced.
Because
of how bad I'm going to be.
I think that would be fun.
So bad at it.
Just to see your reaction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Since we're talking about your YouTube, and these guys don't know you as well as I know you, kind of tell us like what type of content you do. Like, is it just gameplay or what? I know you love Shaq Fu. I know you love yourself some Shaq Fu. But what type of content? Like, give us kind of an overview of, if people go to your channel, what is it that they're going to expect to find?
So a lot of what I do is my weekly collecting. So basically, I go to a lot of thrift shops throughout the week, and I hit those thrift shops maybe 4 or 5 times a week. And anything weird, strange, and unusual that I can find in those thrift shops that are gaming-wise, I will collect them. Oftentimes what I'll do is at the beginning, say when I first started out, I had I sold a couple of things just to start the YouTube channel up type of thing, and I had $30. So basically what I do is I try to recycle that $30 to continue collecting, and I trade up and I sell, and then I trade up and get more stuff. And basically what you'll see through my videos is my collection growing without me actually spending any of my personal money. I only keep recycling that same $30 that I had at the beginning of the video, and I'm probably 4 or 5 weeks in now, and I got a nice collection going of stuff there, basically, and I hadn't had to spend anything of my own money.
Robert, have you seen Doctor Who GotBot? Absolutely. 12 is my doctor. 10 is Starscream Wife's doctor. I was okay with 9, and I'm one of the people who don't mind 8. Huge fan. Let's see. Did anyone get the alternate universe Prime yet? Here's the weird part. I saw a discussion about it today. Apparently, it's got a listing on Amazon.ca, but it's really hard to find. And I don't even know if it actually went live for sale yet on Amazon.com. So I don't think so, Toy Addict. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think anybody would yet. Maybe I'm wrong about that, though. As we go down here a little bit. Hold on. Where did I get lost to here? Analog Ninja said, please do. So I got to do it now.
Ask him if he knows the show.
Share the pain.
Bump in the Night. Yeah. I do know Bump in the Night.
I vaguely recall Bump in the Night. Did they just call it YTV?
Yeah, it's like a little green guy, Mr. Bumpy.
Yes. That was a good show.
Yeah, it didn't run very long.
Hey, Kato!
Apparently it terrified children, so it didn't run very long.
It was filming.
That show.
Starscream Wife scared to death by that show. Can't love that Grimlock, especially for what? Mario Kart fans? Okay.
Oh, yeah, Mario Kart. That's another one. I picked one up at a thrift store a little while ago for $3, but the price of Mario Kart Wii has gone through the roof. It's like $30-$40 now for a copy of that. Yeah.
Wow.
You wouldn't think so, like it's such a widely produced game. You'd think, why was that $30 or $40? But
11's a good doctor. 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 doctors are my favorite. So, in other words, everything from the modern era. Fair enough, Robert. Okay.
$3. Yeah, $3. Yeah,
$3. Nice. We got a couple of good thrifts. What's your favorite thrift store? Like, I know you went to Valley Village a few times and stuff, but what would you say is where you find the best finds for you?
It's actually a local store that we have here called Previously Loved.
Okay.
I really like that store. It's weird. It's uncomfortable while you're there, but they always have really good stuff.
Good luck, Toy Addict. They what?
I'm sorry,
What was say that again?
I said it's weird. You feel really uncomfortable while you're there.
You do. It's like you're gone to a shady warehouse or something. Like, this stuff came off the back of a truck.
And there's always
don't ask questions.
There's like an old lady at the counter.
There's always an old lady.
Like
I'm just waiting for her to light up a smoke and right?
Acting like you're not supposed to be there, but it's a store.
Right. I think Matt Smith did do a great job. Daleks are my favorite Doctor Who enemy. My favorite Doctor Who enemy is Cybermen. I always like Cybermen. Or Weeping Angels. Those things are freaky.
Yeah, 3DS has gone up a lot in price.
3DS has gone up a lot in price. Even I know that.
Since they stopped production of it, I think a lot of it was. They once they moved on to the Switch, they stopped production of 3DS. So a lot of that stuff has definitely gone up in price. That's a good catch, Chet. You got that.
So a couple of just general questions now. And I one of these I stole from Deluxe. But I'm going to ask, what's your favorite food? Just something general.
Oh, I love pizza.
Pizza. I kind of guessed that.
Yeah.
I was going to guess pizza. Are you going to have pizza at your wedding in a week or so? We're gonna have them good cookies on Sunday night for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's right.
I go to his house for wrestling pay-per-views, and his wife always has cookies for me. Now this is a bowl of oranges. That's what she's calling cookies. Bowl of oranges.
She got a bowl of oranges.
Bowl of orange, and not one orange. Like it's a whole bowl of oranges. And it's like, here are your cookies. This is my real life, folks. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Wow.
That's the one stolen from Deluxe. I think that's an excellent question.
One superpower.
One superpower. What would it be? I didn't even want to ask you beforehand.
I got to go with flight because I like to travel.
Fair enough. That's a good reason.
Yeah.
I've got some Game Gear and Sega Master System games. I didn't know anybody that had the Master System. Like I remember it was a thing.
System, yeah. I seen one actually at Value Village for around $70 a little while ago, and I'm kicking myself for not buying
Event Progenitor, I'm going to ask you a question. Were the games on the Master System good? Like,
I think they're better than NES. I think.
Really? Like, I'm just curious. Yeah. Now, I love my Genesis.
Game Gear.
And I like Game Gear, too, actually.
It's a constant debate because I do have a Game Gear, but I'm figuring out if I want to, like, refurb it. Like, is that right? Like, basically fix it. A lot of the Game Gears have bad capacitors, and they start to leak over time, so the screen gets bad and the sound gets bad. And you have to replace those capacitors, but it's a little bit of a, it's pretty difficult to do. And you got to have, use a soldering gun to unsolder the old ones and put the new ones back on. But then like the display is not really that nice considering it was made in like 1990, you know?
Right.
What I mean? Like, it's like, really worth it anymore. Like you're not really getting that same great quality on the screen. It's a lot of effort for not a lot of reward.
Yeah, I hear you.
I feel like the Game Gear is kind of a wash at this point. But I don't know if anybody disagrees with me on that, but
I don't know. Like, I mean, when I was a kid, I liked it.
Yeah.
It was what it was, right? Robert, I do remember your fan fiction, but I didn't know any of the details until you just said what you said there. I don't know what Sam said there. I can't remember which series it was, but I love the version of the Cybermen. Oh, yeah. Okay. Where they dry sense of humor. I don't remember which series it was either, but I do remember what you're talking about. Time travel. Can't wait for Kingdom. Assuming, Steve, it's actually a thing. Like you're saying you can't wait for Kingdom. It's not confirmed. Guys, I'm going to reiterate. Kingdom is not yet confirmed. It's a rumor. That's all it is with one grainy picture. I think it's going to get confirmed tomorrow, but don't jump the gun. It is not confirmed yet. Never did find a Game Gear around here. I wouldn't mind if I what?
Yeah, sound.
Oh, sound issue. Oh, yeah.
Learning your way around the soldering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good skill to have.
I think he already knows his way around that. I want some pizza.
I like Indian food a lot too. Like I like butter chicken.
Brazil is big on the Master System. Okay.
I can see that. Yeah.
Can't wait for the wrestling event. I can't wait for this weekend. The horror show.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I assume that they're calling it the horror show because of Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. I don't know, and I don't mean to bore you guys. I don't know how many of you are into it or not, but like, we watched them all. Did you watch? I don't guess you watched Fight for the Fallen
No,
Wednesday
I
night.
haven't. I
You
haven't
really
watched a lot of
should.
wrestling,
You
actually,
really
yeah.
should, man.
It's good.
Brian Cage and Mox had a great match.
Yeah.
Great match. I'm
I
just
don't know
saying.
about Brian Cage. He's a bit too big, I think. Like
He's a big, powerful boy
He
with
is,
with a nice bit of agility, though.
Yeah.
Going down here.
A new flame yet saying everyone had one didn't even hear Nintendo until it moved out. Here you go.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's what I said. Like, I didn't remember. Like, Analog Ninja just said it there. Being in Newfoundland, like, I didn't remember anybody having. I knew the Master System existed, but I didn't know anyone who had it firsthand, and I don't remember seeing it in stores.
Yeah, it wasn't until I was a teenager. Actually, it was when I first seen one. It was one of my friends from school had one. Yeah, I can solder.
I can solder. Yeah.
Well, you like the game, Gary, but you probably should restore a few of them for some folks if you get your hands on.
Leader Megs with the rubber ducky or boycott. What did you say?
Did you open that package?
Did open the envelope package?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was in it?
I haven't opened it yet. I got the top door open on it because I didn't want to try to cut the top open live on the air, but I haven't opened it yet.
You got a console debate on the go there. No one had an NES. Everyone had a Master System. I never knew anybody had a Master System.
Okay. I'm going to put your channel link down in the description.
Perfect.
Do you have anywhere else that you'd like to direct people, like to your Instagram or your Twitter or anything like that? This is your chance to shout it out, baby. If you got anywhere that you want to tell people to go.
I am on Instagram as well. I put a lot of my collections and stuff on there. Mostly it's Wii stuff, like I said. I am starting to kind of branch out a little bit because I'm finding most of my collection is finished up for the Wii now. So I'm starting to figure out what direction I want to go in next.
Is your Instagram just like at NDB? Like,
yes, yeah, and
okay.
NDB Games.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
NDB Games. I was able to keep that name.
No, you know what? It's a smart idea though, like to kind of lock that stuff down so that you don't end up losing it. You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
I still think that your intro should be, "Hey, it's me, Andy B." He didn't take my suggestion to that, but like I thought it was a great way to intro your channel.
Like Mario, anyway. So
you do look a little bit like Mario. This is true.
Big mustache,
or at least like Wario.
Yeah, at least,
right.
Yeah,
okay, so I'm gonna do the opening. Then we're gonna have a game of Name That Transformer.
Sounds good.
Okay, but the opening first. Let's see what's in here. This is from Grimlock Gone.
I almost forgot that we had an opening.
We're gonna see, right? We're gonna see what's in here first. And the first thing we have is this little bag, and this little bag has this thing in it, and it's an extra matrix holder. This is I guess one that he did himself. It's white. Do we have? Yeah, look, we got one of these Enigma combination things. Let's just see. Let's see how well Grimlock Gone did with sizing this up. See, like, can this fit in here? Yeah, look at that. There's a matrix for you, baby. Right there. Also in here, I think this is really interesting. A lot of people have, when it comes to the Earthrise, Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp mold, complained and said there's no front landing gear. Now there is. This is a front landing gear. Even like the little added detail back there. And he included 3 of these. This one is colored a little more. And it looks like it's, I'm going to say 5mm peg that fits up in the like nose cone section. I haven't done it yet, but I think that's really cool. Now, I have a funny feeling I'm going to end up using them on the cone heads when the time comes, but I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. What? Well, that was Inferno and Rodimus Matrix holder from. It was, yeah, it is based on that, but I don't think it. I think it's a 3D printed version of it rather than the actual one because it's in white. God, not just white plastic, but it's a little almost like discolored on the back. So I think it's based on that design. Yes. We also have. Yeah, those are pretty cool. We also have whatever this. I have no. I guess it's supposed to be a blast effect. It's silicone. It's not rubber. It's silicone. I don't know what I would use this for, but it's a thing that I have now, like a blast effect. This I am a little excited for. This I know what it is because he and I talked about it. And this is a lot of this stuff is things for like sets and special effects for Universal Collision. This would in essence be like a pool of energon. So you have someone shot down, for example, and they go down and they, in essence, bleed out energon. This would be a pool of that energon. Again, it's silicone. You're able to bend it and whatnot. It's not going to break or anything. It's made of excellent material for what it is. So we have that as well. Also in here, we have a whole bunch of silicone energon cubes, which I really could have used these in season 1 of Universal Collision. Or at least there was an episode where World took on Reflector. I really could have used them there. But don't worry, these are definitely going to go to good use up and coming.
It's like a package of Starburst.
It's kind of like a package of Starburst, yeah. And then the last item, I think he just threw in because I think it was like, I have this silicone thing and I don't know what to do with it. And it's this, which again, I think you could use as like a pool of energon, or like, I honestly feel like that this is like almost a piece of flooring where like Megatron's throne could be sat. So I have some ideas for where and how to use this. You could probably lay like a hot pot on it or something. Or I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, but I'm going to find something to do with it. I'm going to find something.
Good for taking stuff up off the stove.
It's good for taking stuff up off the stove so I don't burn my hand. I'm going to find stuff for the energon squares, and the landing gear is definitely the highlight there. The other items there will definitely be used. Actually, I already have an idea for where they're going to be used, and it's not going to be anytime soon that those are going, not for the purpose that I have in mind. I will use them, I'm sure, for other purposes, but I actually have a specific purpose for the like spilled energon stuff. I actually have a purpose in mind later on for that stuff. So I do have the ideas working, and I want to thank him so very, very much for that. I'm going to check in here with you guys. Looks great for dioramas. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. 100% agree. That's going to go great. Yes, that's going to go great with the stuff I'm making for Universal Collision. I was thinking the exact same thing, Dragonfly. You get a good one and recreate that one episode. Use the large Alicon, silicone pieces for an energon vat. I've also thought about that. It's Robert, Robert, R-O-B-E-R-T. I don't know why Robert's spelling his name, but okay.
Landing gear.
Awesome sauce. It could be on top of a CR chamber. Good point. Energon pool. Absolutely. Landing gear. Yeah, the landing gear I think is kind of a fantastic thing. Thank you so much. Blue is easy to make. Well, that's good. I'm glad that blue is easy to make. If you could cosplay any doctor from Doctor Who would it be? 12. Absolutely. 12's my guy, man. 12's my guy because he doesn't do the hugging. Okay. No, you had something for me.
I do, yeah. I was out at Dollarama, which I think you said was another name for it in the States.
The closest approximation down in the States that you guys would have would probably be Dollar Tree.
Yes.
It's not the same company, but it would be your closest approximation.
Dollar.
What he has here is something that you would probably find in the States at Dollar Tree.
Yeah. So oftentimes it's just stuff that's either been discontinued or they had a large stock of it and they needed to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was out and I'm always thinking about Dennis constantly. So I picked
which isn't even a little bit creepy. He's always on my mind. Okay.
Anyways, so I picked that up for you.
Okay,
I know you like Transformers,
and I think,
and I don't know a lot about it. I think you seemed like you kind of knew what it was.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I think it's and you guys will know this. One of the loyal subjects. I have never seen one of these at a package though, so we're gonna open this if I can.
Oh, it's so cute.
And have you had it out?
No.
Okay.
I left this for you, man.
All right. So we're gonna open this.
I have no idea
I feel
what's
like
in there.
Wait, these are all blind bagged. So maybe the Constructicon who's on the front is not even the guy who's in here. I don't know. If do you guys have any of these? Scrapper. Hold on. I don't think it's Scrapper, man. Maybe it is. I don't know. This is weird. It's not Scrapper. Oh, it's not Scrapper. It's not the dude on the box. It is not the dude. Okay, so I'm going to have to take him out. Actually, you would have no way of knowing this. But these guys don't know this. I'm actually, now that I know what this is, I'm tickled to death. And I'm going to tell you why I'm tickled to death. Because this is my favorite character.
Wheeljack.
It is Wheeljack. It is Wheeljack. And it comes with a bunch of accessories. What kind of craziness is this? So, okay, so he has, I'm going to have to review this. So he has his little wings. And he has a little, like, this little piece, which I guess is like his chest piece. And you guys can't see it real good now. And he has his shoulder cannon and I guess his other shoulder cannon. And the main guy, I'm going to put all this back in here for now. I'm not even going to put everything on him because we'll end up doing a proper review of all this. He comes with tech specs. And then we have Wheeljack, and his ears are actually translucent. The head can move left and right. The body moves left and right. There's articulation in the arms, even in the legs. Good night, nurse. This is fantastic, man. Like, you had no way of knowing what was in here. And Wheeljack, you had no way of knowing that Wheeljack was my favorite character either.
No, that's
but I mean, like,
lucky to draw.
Well, honestly, like, even just then, I said it's my favorite character. And before even having this out, she said Wheeljack. Everybody who knows me knows Wheeljack's my guy. Thank you so very much. I am tickled to death with that. Absolutely tickled to death with that. Let's see what you guys have here. I have a Doctor Who cosplay for the 12th Doctor. That's really cool, Robert. Yeah, Wheeljack. I love it, man. See, look, they all guess because they all know.
That's freaking adorable.
It is adorable. Yeah.
I'm adorkable.
You are adorkable. You're an adorkable man. Okay, so we're gonna round things out. We've been on here an hour and a half, one of the longest streams I've had, but we had a lot of news to cover tonight and rumors. I think we're going to get a lot of it confirmed tomorrow. Right now, a lot of it's rumors. I think tomorrow is going to be an exciting day for us fans. We're going to have a lot to talk about here next week. I appreciate you coming on and sharing kind of your experiences and answering the questions. And now you're going to play along and do Name That Transformer.
Oh God.
Starscream wife?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get in on this, or are you gonna wait and see how terrible he does?
No, I'm gonna beat him.
You're gonna beat him?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our second guest, who's going to be Starscream wife. You guys have seen her in here before, and we're going to do a movie edition because I had to be somewhat fair to Andy B here. And I said to him, look, we're going to do a Name That Transformer game. Now, you guys are all going to know who they are. I know who they all are. We'll see if these two know. And I said, what would be the best for you? What would give you a fighting chance? G1, Beast Wars, or like Unicron Trilogy or movie? And he chose movie. So this is what we're going with. We're going to go with the movie. I'm just going to check in here with you guys very quickly. Alita and Optimus as wedding cake toppers for my wedding one day. Our cake topper was Optimus, was a silhouette of Optimus and Sailor Moon.
He says down below, I'm not engaged yet.
I'm not engaged yet. It's all right, man. You'll get there one day, man. You'll get there one day. Shame all of the movie designs look the same. Okay, so here we go. What? Give me a hell yeah. Okay. All right. So
just to chime in, I'm getting married next Saturday.
He is getting married next Saturday.
These guys are going to be there.
Yeah. So, all right. So there is wedding stuff on the go. Okay. So we're going to keep it easy to begin. I'm going to show you guys first. I think it's only fair we let Andy B have the first crack at it.
First guys?
Yeah. Okay. And this is the first one. Easy peasy. Easy peasy start. Congrats, by the way. Look, they're all congratulating you.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Who is it?
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. You knew Bumblebee, of course. Of course. So right now we're going to say the tie score. Then we come down here. And
okay, I got to take my one watching my phone out of my pocket because it's buzzing right now.
Okay, we don't want people to tell them not to interrupt. We're doing an important game here. I don't know what it is. It's my wife. Who cares? This is more important than her. She won't give me any cookies on Sunday at this rate.
Thanks, Mike. Green Man.
Green Man. Green. You guys know who this is. Green Man. Do you know? Not generally likable. He has a bit of an Australian accent. He was in the 4th and 5th movies.
I can't remember.
You don't know?
I can't remember.
Oh, guys, who is it? There you go.
It's
Crosshairs. Thank you, gentlemen. Much obliged. Okay.
Don't invite that guy back to your show, Dan.
He's no good. He doesn't know anything. What a dummy. Okay. Now, this one's not movie, but he was in the movie, and he's iconic enough that you should be able to recognize him anyway. Okay? The purple one-eyed freak. Purple one-eyed freak. Don't you say anything.
Don't nobody say anything.
I know you know. Yeah, don't anybody say anything because he'll be able to read it, right? Wait until he's done the guess.
Shockwave?
Oh, he meant progenitor.
Ruin it.
Yeah. I'm going to have to, it's not six shot. It's not six. I see why, Steve, why you're saying it, but it is the War for Cybertron one. Because I don't have a movie Shockwave, but I figured, you know what, he might be able to guess that one, and he doesn't know. He didn't know that. I don't give that one to you. I don't give that one to you because Event Progenitor gave that to you.
But I knew it anyway.
Yeah, you knew it. You knew
So
it.
how come I don't get points?
Oh, you get a point.
Okay.
But he gets nothing.
Okay.
All right.
2-1.
Except for Bumblebee. I got
2-1. Yeah, well, you got 1 point. 2-1. 2-1. Okay. Now don't say anything. There. Now they can't see your comments.
Oh, no. Grumpy Man.
Grumpy Man. He is Grumpy Man. Who is he?
That's Galvatron.
That's Galvatron. 3-1. I'm going to see, though, if people did ruin it and actually say that it was Galvatron. It's Mixmaster. It's Mixmaster. Guys,
It's Moto Master.
Mega Man. It is, of course, Galvatron. Okay, the next one's going to be an easy one. If he doesn't get the next one, then there's no hope.
I got to leave the building. Optimus.
Yeah. Optimus.
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 Optimus Prime.
Don't make fun of my accent.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
Or Convoy. Steve says Convoy. That's right. It could be Convoy, buddy.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. You obviously knew that this was Optimus Prime, right?
Yes, I'm aware of Optimus Prime.
Okay. All right. Now.
He's from the last night.
Yes. Now we only have 3 left. 4 left. We have 4 left. And then we're going to get out of here.
Nemesis Prime.
This guy. Now, I'm going to do that because people will ruin it because, they suck. This guy, you guys know who it is. He was the main bad guy in the 4th movie. I can give you a hint. You see my face. Your life is over.
Nothing.
His face turns into a gun. Nothing? Who is it, Sam?
It's Lockdown.
It's Lockdown. That's right. It's Lockdown. It's Lockdown. See how many people ruined Lockdown. I bet you a bunch of people did.
Somehow my subscribers.
Captain Hook. I love that.
So subscribers on my
That's
YouTube is just going to start going down. Because of this video.
They're all going to start going down.
I've worked so hard for those.
He made a deal with Frasier. That's excellent.
Did.
He did make a deal with Frasier. This is true. Okay.
He did do that. Yeah,
That's why I had him on my most evil. Lockdown is like the worst kind of transformer.
Yeah, Lockdown's not a
He's
nice
bad
guy.
news.
Okay. He's a doctor.
I was going to call him Bulldozer, but
Okay, he's not Bulldozer.
he's a doctor.
Doctor.
Is it Doc?
No, it's not Doc. Don't know. You're awful.
Yeah,
You're
I am bad.
terrible at this.
Yeah,
Who is it?
It's Ratchet.
It's Ratchet. Of course, it's Ratchet.
I'd call him Doc.
You'd call him Doc. There's a separate character named Doc.
Well, I didn't know that.
Well, your failure is what we're learning here tonight. Okay. This is the guy who is apparently based on Bumblebee, but better in every way. You guys will know who this is too. You guys in the chat, you guys will know who this is.
Remember, he's like a bad guy.
He's a bad guy, yeah. And like Bumblebee does give you a hint to his name. He's not named Bumblebee.
He's like Wasp or something like that, isn't it?
It's not Wasp. No, Wasp is a different character, but it has what's something that a bee and a wasp has?
Stinger.
It's Stinger. Did you know it was Stinger?
Cheat? Of course I knew it was Stinger.
She didn't know it was
I feel like
Stinger.
she has an advantage.
She didn't know it was Stinger. She don't know.
To be fair, I've watched these movies many, many times.
Yeah, she
That's
has.
fair.
Okay. Now, we talked about this guy downstairs, and I gave you a chance to look his name up.
And I didn't
And
do
you
that.
said, it's John Goodman guy.
And he's right, though.
Is this?
Yeah.
And he said,
And he smokes a cigar.
Yeah.
yes. And I said, look, you have a chance to look him up. He's definitely going to be there. This was one that you could get no problem.
I didn't look him up.
Who is it?
It's Hound.
It's Hound. That's right, it's Hound. So at the end of the day, Starscream Wife 8, Andy B
Whoa, how many were there?
8.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, that seems about right.
Starscream Wife 8, Andy B like 2, because he's just terrible. And on that note, folks, we've been around here a long time tonight. I am so thankful that you guys came in here, had some fun. We had a full house of news. Don't forget that if you are a patron, the countdown for tomorrow's up already. If not, then tomorrow we have 2 videos. It's going to be a GotBot kind of day. We have the countdown of the top 10 most evil Transformers characters as voted on by you guys. And we also have the premiere of episode 10 of season 2 of Universal Collision tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It runs about 20 minutes. Have some fun with us. Kick your weekend off the right way. I appreciate you coming by, give me some of your extremely valuable time. I appreciate you guys coming in and give me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you, and I know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there's a donate link down in the description. Of course, you can check out what we offer to you through Teespring. Check out the Patreon while you're at it. Don't forget, somehow, some way, each and every single day, man, you do make a difference. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either right here in the live streams every Thursday night at the stop motion premieres. Remember, we got one tomorrow night, or the old-fashioned way, baby, inside the videos.
Do it.